Hello. Let's wait for you guys to come on. Let me get ready, start getting these cards ready and fired up. I am here to do a full moon in Pisces reading for all signs by element, okay? So if you're interested in that, this is what's happening. I hope you tune in. Thank you to all of those who like the videos, comment, share the content, tag your people, all that stuff. Hi guys. Thank you so much for being here. Like I said, I am doing a full moon in Pisces reading for all the signs by element, okay? I'm starting with air, okay? So we have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is going to be first today. I am picking 2 cards for each, okay? So the first card is going to be the present energy. The second card is going to be what needs to be released, okay? Now we're going to do a clarifier, which is going to be how can we best work with that energy, okay? It's really gonna give us a clear picture, okay? So I hope everybody's doing amazing. Having a nice weekend. We have this full moon in Pisces tomorrow, so let's see what comes up. Aries, oh, I said Aries, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, I'm so sorry. Thinking about fire signs. Maybe some of you, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, are dealing with fire signs right now. So one more shuffle for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I'm using the Celtic Tarot, okay? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Now, first card for Gemini. This is going to be the present energy for Gemini. And the cards are a little stuck, so let's get them going. Let's see, Gemini. All right, Gemini, you have 2 cards, the Chariot and the Lovers, okay? So you have your card in the Major Arcana, which is the Lovers card, and you have the Chariot, which is the Major Arcana for Cancer. Now, I really get the feeling that you could be planning a trip very soon, okay? And you're focused on making a choice on, you know, making up your mind and sort of being in agreement with someone when it comes to that. Now, you're also, some of you Geminis are looking for the way forward when it comes to a love relationship, like a really strong and deep connection that you have to someone. It could be a Cancerian, but I really see not only a very strong connection here, I also see, you know, you guys are very much aligned. You know, you're very much thinking in the same, you're in the same wavelength, okay? Now, let's see for Libra, and then I'll pick a card for each to what needs to be released. Actually, I'm gonna pick a card for Gemini. It's just the 2 cards came out together, so I took him as your present energy, okay? Now, what needs to be released for Gemini? Gemini, what do you need to release through this full moon in Pisces? What needs to be released for Gemini? Okay. Okay, Knight of Swords. So the truth needs to come out, okay? Something could have been bothering you, okay? Something could have been bothering you, having to do with this very strong connection. Maybe somebody in your life is traveling a lot, and that's, you know, it's sort of bothering you, or you have the need, Gemini, to get away with your loved one. You're tired of the day-to-day. Now, what do you need to release? You need to release your communication, like the truth needs to come out, and that is what needs to be released. Whatever you've been holding back, whatever sort of communication you've been repressing, okay, you need to speak clearly, you need to let it out. So this full moon in Pisces is highlighting communication for you, Gemini, and definitely with a loved one, okay? Now, Libra. Libra, let's see what you get. You get the Page of Shields, which is the Page of Pentacles in the Celtic Tarot, okay? So you're thinking about projects, money, you're doing the numbers, you're thinking about what are going to be your next steps in terms of finances, things that are, how to put your ideas into play, okay? Now, what do you need to release in this full moon? What? Oh, we had a card that was, look, and it's the moon. But this card was already flipped, so the full moon wanting to come out. All right, so what does Libra need to release through this full moon in Pisces? What does Libra need to release? And you know me, I'll shuffle until I get the cards that I need. Oh, okay, so there's 3 people here. This sense of celebration is there. Maybe you could be indulging in drinks, partying too much. And this is something that needs to be released in order to focus on what you need to focus, Libra. Okay, and we're going to clarify that. Now, for some of you, I don't know, I feel like you could be going out with more than one person here. Offering to more than one person here. Let's see. I also feel, Libra, like you need to release a high sense of expectations here. Okay. Aquarius, what is your present energy? What energy are we working with? Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, you have, okay, the 7 of Pentacles. So you're wanting your, all the seeds that you've planted to come into fruition, okay? You're basically, you want your, whatever you've invested time and energy into, you're ready for this, you want to feel like you have some sort of financial freedom and something to really feel comfortable, What do you need to release, Aquarius, through this full moon in Pisces? What does Aquarius need to release? Does Aquarius need to release? Okay, so, we have 3 cards here, but the card that is calling to me the most is the Page of Swords. Okay, so, and you also have the Sun and the Hermit. okay? But I'm not gonna take those. I'm taking the Page of Swords just because I feel like, Aquarius, you've been having a need to, you know, have this sort of clarity and know like every detail of something. I really get that you could be watching other people and what they're doing to kind of get like their ideas. You like what's going on, you see what's happening, and you're there. Now I feel like, Aquarius, for some of you, you need to release, this sense of defensiveness that you have when you speak. Okay, I feel like it's very important for some of you, Aquarius, to hear that. Okay, now I am going to clarify with the Fountain Tarot. Let's clarify for Gemini. Gemini, you are definitely, let me shuffle these. You're definitely making a choice. It has to do with some sort of travel. Maybe, your partner and you are planning a trip, but something is going to come to light. Some kind of truth is going to come out with this full moon, okay? It's going to be released, unleashed, or communicated, okay? Let's clarify for Gemini, and I'm gonna cut the deck so I can make it faster. Gemini, you get Judgment. And Libra, you get the Knight of Wands. And Aquarius, you get the Four of Cups. Okay? Now, for Gemini, like I said, really strong connection here. You guys are very much aligned. You're very much going in the same direction. Things are moving. Whatever obstacles, were blocking you, or whatever was in your way is being removed. Now, there is going to be certain communication, certain truths coming out through this full moon in Pisces, and it has to do with a situation from the past, okay? You have the Judgment card here. So something is going to arise that has to do with your past. You have to make a decision on it. You have to cast judgment on it. It could be that after this communication happens, because I see the Knight of Swords as being such of a, starting some kind of drama, okay? I always say it. I see the Knight of Swords, and I see that the communication is going to be very straightforward, but it can be harsh, okay? So this could be you guys reconciling after this communication happens. Now, I feel like the conversation and this truth that is coming has to do with the situation from the past. And now you get an opportunity to, make a conscious choice about it. Decide if you're going to lay it to rest or if you're going to keep bringing it up, okay? Now for Libra, you have this Page of Pentacles, and then you have the Three of Cups. So as what you have to release, maybe you have to watch that you're not getting too carried away partying. You're not calling a victory before you're even there. I feel like there's some Libras here that are going to be boasting and sort of talking to their friends about their projects and how well it's going, but it's really at the initial stages, okay? So there's some of that. Now you get the Knight of Wands as your clarifier. So you're definitely dealing here with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? And you know, this is a clear direction. This is knowing the direction that you're headed into. But what I'm saying is, don't get ahead of yourselves, Libra. If this, whatever this is at the beginning stages, you know, take it easy. Don't celebrate, don't call a victory before you're even like there, okay? But I see this, you know, that you're moving along with this, okay? And you could have a water sign or a fire sign that is supporting you in this. Now, for others of you, I'm seeing like a third party thing, and you need to sort of choose what's going to happen here. You know, if you're going to continue with this water sign and this fire sign, what's the deal there, okay? Now, for Aquarius, you have been, you know, you have something brewing. Something is coming up for you. Success is around the corner for you. But just be careful. There, you know, there could be some envy here. There could be somebody spying on you, you spying on someone. I feel like it's you, because it's when I asked what you need to release, I feel like, you know, you might need to release the, you know, wanting to just know it all, basically have all the details, all the information, and maybe act prematurely, you know, when there's something here that is coming that is good for you. Now, you see what I'm saying, where there's a sense of blocking here or defensiveness. Look at the card that you get as a clarifier. It's the Four of Cups, okay? So yeah, you're worried that you will get disappointed, that the things that you have been working on, you know, investing in won't come to fruition, but this is saying that they will, okay? But you have to lower your guard. You have to release that sort of, you know, being on the defense sort of thing, okay? Because you could have been disappointed in the past. Fine, you know, we all go through things that are disappointing, but it doesn't mean that, you know, this won't happen for you. You're getting ahead to the outcome, okay? Now, it could be that you're reevaluating a situation or a project or something that you have invested a lot of time and work in, okay? And you are thinking, should I keep going on this or should I give it up? You know, and that's totally understood. You know, you could be going in this, you can be in this period of, you know, am I going to be disappointed again? Okay, you could be in this period where you see that you're bored with what you're doing and what you've been building is not really what you want, and that's why the Page of Swords is there saying, you know, there's something that you're not, you know, that you're not clear on. So, you know, very interesting here for all the air signs. Let's get a Universe Has Your Back oracle for all of you. Okay, air signs. I did the Universe 411 post today, so I thought that I would bring it into the reading. So this is for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. What is the message for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius? It says, look at that right there. It says, in any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. Okay, so definitely I get that a lot for Libra and Aquarius especially. needing that time just to reflect and to connect to your heart, okay? To connect to that presence of love, knowing that you are supported by the universe, and practice your prayer, practice your affirmations, any meditative practices, stillness, basically, okay? So that is for my air signs. Let's see what we have. Let's see who's next. Bottom of the deck. Ooh, it's air again, and it's the Ten of Swords. No. Okay. Ooh, it's all swords. Let's do Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. For this full moon in Pisces, the present energy and what needs to be released. Okay. All right, look at the moon trying to come out immediately. Look. All right, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Let's start with Taurus. Thank you, Demetrius, for being an excellent moderator and just showing us so much love, keeping up with the chat. Thank you so much to everybody watching. Taurus. Okay. Taurus, you have the sun. Okay, so you're looking good. This is really joyful energy. This is the energy of freedom, expansion, spiritual growth, illumination, clarity. Okay, really nice for you. So what do you need to release through this full moon in Pisces? Let's see, Taurus. Okay, hang on. Hang on, I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do because it's going to make it a little better. So I'm being guided to pull the cards for each and then pull what needs to be released. Okay, so Virgo, let's focus on Virgos. Virgo, what is the current energy for Virgo? Current energy for Virgo. Okay. Ooh, Seven of Swords for Virgo. Virgo, I feel like you're trying to sneak out, you know? You're trying to, I don't even feel like it's something that you're doing behind someone's back. I feel like, yeah, you don't want them to make a big deal out of it, and that's why you're trying to sneak. Capricorn. Ooh, Capricorn. Ugh, cards are sticking. Capricorn. Capricorn. Current energy. Ooh, too many cards. But the Three of Cups is trying to come out there for you, Capricorn. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Capricorn, you have, I'm taking the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so Capricorn, I feel that you are, I don't know why I am getting very strongly that you are clinging to an idea or to a way of thinking, and it's not necessarily the way that it is, okay? So let's see what everybody needs to release through this full moon, okay? So cutting the deck. Taurus, you have the Five of Pentacles, okay? Virgo, you have the Five of Swords. Definitely, you want to release that. And Capricorn has the Nine of Swords, okay? So let's start with Taurus. Taurus, you have the energy of the sun coming up as your current energy. You are growing, you are expanding as a person, you are wanting to enjoy, you know, life and learn and grow and just be happy. But something is trying to hold you back. The Five of Pentacles is an energy of doubt and fear. Now, this is what you need to release through this full moon. Any sort of insecurity, a feeling of lack that you might have had, okay? People getting in your ear, you know, making you feel small, anything like that, you know, feeling like you're not enough, you're not worthy, things like that. You need to release that through this full moon, okay? And with the sun, everything's going to be okay for you, Taurus. Now, Virgo, this is worrisome. You're trying to sneak out of a difficult situation. Look, you need to release this conflict with the Five of Swords. It's all air. So you very well could be dealing with, I'm getting Libra very strongly, okay? So this sort of like mind games and manipulation, somebody could have been wanting you to stay for the wrong reasons, or you stayed too long for the wrong reasons in a situation that wasn't meant for you. You know, it was meant for you, but it was meant for you to get some clarity, to learn some lessons. And now it's like you're wanting to leave it at all costs, and you don't want this person to make a big deal about it. Now, Capricorn, you've been holding on to old ideas, you know, things from the past. You're holding on to an old foundation, okay? And what you need to release now is the Nine of Swords through this full moon. So this worry, this anxiety, if you're somebody that suffers from anxiety, you need to find ways to manage that and cope with it better, because you know, this could be worries about finances, loss of income, and things like that, but it's also clinging to old ideas and things that are already outdated, that are already barren. They're not going anywhere. So with this full moon in Pisces, definitely, Capricorn, try to release this worry and this anxiety that could be weighing you down, okay? Let me go turn a light on really quick. Don't go anywhere, because the sun is going down, and then you won't be able to see me. Okay, so let's turn that one on, and let's turn this one on the side. And I think we're good there. Yeah, I think they'll be good there. Okay, so for all earth signs, let's get a message from the Universe Has Your Back Oracle. Okay, and you get energy flows where my intention goes. Okay, so make sure that you are setting your intentions to things that are for your highest good, okay? The energy that you're putting out also attracts what comes in, okay? So make sure, all of you, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that what you're putting out is a reflection of what you want to receive, okay? And then the energy will flow because of those intentions, okay? Good, so that was, oh, I didn't clarify. We need to clarify. No. I was about to leave you guys with no clarifiers. Clarifying for Taurus, the Sun, and the Five of Pentacles, needing to release insecurities, feelings of lack, you know. There's no reason, Taurus, no reason. You have grown so much. Virgo. Virgo, you get one, and Capricorn, You get 1. Okay. Taurus, you get the Page of Cups. So, you know, you're taking the first steps out of this, okay? This has to do with love. Somebody could have been doing this to you, putting you down. Now you're ready, okay, to bring your heart out of this box, okay, and offer your feelings. You know, it's like you were keeping yourself almost hidden, and now with the Sun, it's like you want to come out and show the world everything that is you, you know, everything that you have to offer. With the Page of Cups, you're taking the first steps to open your heart back up. It could be that this person that maybe was putting you through, or this could have been you self-sabotaging yourself with the 5 of Pentacles, okay? Now it's like you're forgiving yourself. You're opening a new chapter, you know, of hope and hopefully for some of you, new love, okay? Now for Virgo, you get the Temperance card. You're definitely being guided to leave this really rotten situation that you've been in, Virgo. I mean, there's deceit, there's mind games, there's manipulation. And, you know, I understand why you would be trying to sneak out. All signs are pointing to some kind of divine intervention that will allow you to receive balance here. This is almost like, you know, your angels and your guides, you know, beaming down at you information to like do what's best for you, Virgo. For Capricorn, you get the 2 of Swords in reverse. So, you know, this is coming out of indecision. So it's really good. You know, you could have been holding on to an old job, you know, like I said, there could have been worry here about loss of income. You know, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna make ends meet if I'm doing something different? That worry needs to be released, okay? With the 2 of Swords in reverse, you're coming out of that period of indecision and that period of things not moving for you, okay? So you're going to be able to see things for what they are and see clearly a path ahead. There's not gonna be like, you know, what do I choose? Where do I go? What do I do? Kind of thing, okay? So that was Earth. I almost didn't clarify for you. That's crazy. I just got really into it. Sorry about that, you guys. All right, let's go with fire and we'll do water last, okay? So Aries, Leo, Sag, thank you guys for being here. Make sure that you like this video. If you're watching right now, you can click the hearts. If you are catching the replay, you can send me a message, show me some love. And if you are watching the replay on YouTube, make sure that you give me a like on this video so that, you know, you let me know that you were here and that you want my videos to reach a broader audience. Thank you so much to all of you that share, like, and subscribe. You know, I can't thank you enough. And for the people that want private readings, I am so grateful to you. You are the ones that really show you know, the support, and you truly invest in what it is that I do, and you find it important and you find it relevant. So I really thank you, okay? So Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Aries, let's start with you, okay? We're gonna get the main energy for, you know, like the present energy for all the signs first, okay? Hey, Mr. Mark, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see you. It's been a while. All right, Aries, you get the Eight of Cups, okay? The card of courage, stepping out of your comfort zone to go find, you know, what true fulfillment really is. Leaving baggage behind, standing up for what you believe, what you feel is the best for you, okay? Leo. Let's see what we get for Leo. Leo. Okay, Leo. We have several cards here. Leo, oh my goodness. I don't know. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do so many cards for Leo. I don't feel like you need that. Ooh, it started raining. It started raining for Leos. Leo, taking that as a sign not to do it. Leo, give me a card for Leos. All right. Oh, you get the Four of Pentacles too. So you're thinking about your finances, you're holding on to a way of thinking, feeling. You could be protecting your heart, your thoughts, your projects. Okay, Sagittarius, thinking about your stability. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you get the sun. Ta-da! Beautiful. Okay, so let's see what everybody needs to release with this full moon in Pisces, okay? And I'm gonna cut the deck for it. Aries, Leo, Sag. Aries, you get the Fool. Wonderful. You're walking away, you're starting anew, you're, you know, done with whatever, you know, and you did this yourself. This is not like, oh, I'm gonna release it with the full moon. It's like you've been thinking about this since the eclipses were going on. And you're breaking out and you're, you know, finding your path again. And you're not so worried, you know, you're not worried about where it's gonna lead you. So, you know, you might need to release maybe being too carefree is what I'm getting, okay? But really good for you with that Eight of Cups and the Fool coming out for you. You know, you're starting over, you're wanting a clean slate. Leo, you get the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, you're definitely thinking about, you know, you're wanting recognition for the work that you've put in. You're maybe holding off on some projects, waiting for people to come in and collaborate with you, maybe come and help you, be interested in what it is that you do. You want your projects to be elevated, but I feel, Leo, like you need to release with this full moon the needing anybody else to get your things done, okay? I feel like you could just be sitting on something, you're thinking about it, you're like, how am I gonna do it? How am I going to reinvent? How am I going to get my projects out there? How am I gonna market them? How are they gonna be recognized? Will people recognize them? And I feel like you're waiting for somebody to come in and be like, okay, I'll help you, I'll do this. But no, you need to release that idea that you need anyone, okay, to do anything like that for you. I feel like start where you are, do things with the resources that already exist within you, okay? Now for Sagittarius, you get Ooh, Six of Wands. Okay, so, you know, this is what's coming in for you to release. Okay, you are in the present energy feeling like you want to expand, you want to enjoy life, you want to travel. Okay, so what I feel like you need to release is really putting out there whatever it is that your intentions are in order to succeed. Okay, but know that you don't have to put the pressure on you, because this is amazingly positive with the Sun and the Six of Wands. You are being looked up to, you are guiding the way. You know, it could be that you want to release that responsibility that somebody could be putting on you. Okay, now let's clarify. Let's clarify for fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, clarifiers for each. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, so we get for Aries, the High Priestess. There's something that you've been keeping to yourself here, you know, and somebody might not be aware, but you're, you know, there could be secrets here. And this might be what you're trying to leave behind. Use your best, you know, you need to really connect to your higher self here, okay? To know, because you could be acting in such a carefree way and not really know the consequences of your getting up and having the courage to walk away, looking for your fulfillment. You could be really affecting other people's emotions. But in this reading, I feel like it's all about you, Aries, looking for your ninth cup, okay, wanting to start over, but you really need to follow your intuition, okay, when it comes to this new beginning that you want, okay. You could be hiding something from someone here, though. I'm getting that strongly. I don't know what I'm not letting it go, but with the Fool coming up as the energy that needs to be released, you might need to hold off on a new start for a moment here. There's something that is not being said that needs to be dealt with first. I really, really get that strongly, okay, for Aries. Now for Leo, you get the Seven of Wands. So Leo, you know, I feel like you have been let down by certain people that have shown interest in your projects, and you've been just left waiting. Look at the energy of the Four of Pentacles here, okay? So you're guarding your ideas, okay? You're holding off on things. You know, somebody could have been promising here something that they're not being able to comply. You know, they're not being able to meet whatever was expected. Now with the Seven of Wands, this is, you know, you are at a vantage point, but you feel like you have all these things coming at you and it's almost distracting. So you need to make sure that the people that are surrounding you, the people that are wanting to come in to help you for these projects and collaborate with you and have this sort of teamwork, which I feel like you need to release the idea of working with anyone, okay? You need to guard your energy, you need to guard your projects, you need to be strong. You need to stand strong in what is true for you, okay? And guard yourself from people that want to come in and want to want to come in, want to come in and take away instead of, you know, bring something to the table. Now for Sagittarius, oh, you get the Page of Pentacles, Sagittarius. And, you know, the Page of Pentacles has been everywhere today. I think, yeah, I think it came out for Libra as well, but it's coming out as a clarifier for you, Sagittarius. Listen to me, you know, whatever you've been putting out there, okay, look at this baby. Okay, this baby is like shining and glowing with this energy, and it's expanding, and you want to be free. You want to be like onward and upward. I'm not going to let anything stop me. And guess what? Nothing's going to stop you. This is, you know, the energy of abundance coming to you through projects and new opportunities. So this is a new chance for you to create something new or to build on something that you already have established, okay, and just make it even better, okay, but in a really solid and you know, methodical way. All right, so let's get your oracle. Let's get your oracle, Aries, Leo, Sag, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What does the universe want to speak to you? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, look at this. I just love the picture. I don't even need to read the message, okay? Have your eyes wide open, okay? Lean on the certainty and the faith, okay? If I change my mind about the world, if I change my mind about the world, my surroundings, I am able to see. I'm able to truly see. So if you change your mindset, you are able to open up to a whole new world of possibilities for you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? Lean on faith that you are supported by the universe, okay? When you do this, you change your mindset, you can see the way ahead, okay? All right, beautiful. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, so Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces is coming up. Let's see what we have for you for this full moon in Pisces. First card will be your energy, your current energy. Ooh, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cards are trying to come out. One more shuffle. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I know that Aries reading, you know, you gotta follow your intuition. I mean, everybody, really. Okay, Cancer. Cancer, you get the Nine of Pentacles. It kind of like flipped, almost like it wanted to come in reverse, okay? So it could be that, you know, you want to feel like, you know, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse is like not being able to do it alone, okay? Not being able to create this abundance for you, not being able to take control of your finances, feeling pretty low about yourself, I have to say, Cancer, okay? And, you know, I don't know, you could be codepending on someone, okay? Scorpio. Scorpio, you get the Fool. Nice for you, okay? You are unfazed. You are enjoying the moment. You're starting on a new journey, going, maybe having some sort of new beginning. Maybe you move to a new place, you have a new job opportunity, a new relationship. Something is definitely new, and you're ready to take that risk if you haven't done so already. Okay. Pisces. Pisces with the full moon. Pisces. And my moon is in Pisces, guys. I am a Leo sun, but I am a Pisces moon. So we'll see how this, this eclipse affects my existence, my emotions, my everything, my intuition, or it enhances it, Pisces. Now, I've been sharing little bits here and there of my story. And I think that one of the reasons why I am so hesitant about sometimes sharing my story is that I get very emotional about it, A lot of people don't realize that I lost the father to my children. Okay, I lost him 3 years ago, and it was one of the hardest things, for so many reasons. Pisces, come on. So, he was an extremely special person, excellent father, just an amazing support. Wow, Pisces, okay, you came flying, Pisces. Pisces, the moon in reverse. Pisces, you came out in reverse. Oh my God, yeah, I can imagine that you're feeling this full moon almost like if it were blocking you, like extremely emotional. But I feel like this moon is going to be a moon where things are, things are going to be coming out in the open, and I feel like that's what it's doing for me as well. I feel like I'm being able to open up more and release and share my story. So let's see what you guys need to release, and we'll keep chatting, okay? So Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. What needs to be released for Cancer? Oh, you get the Chariot. Okay, so I feel like Cancer, what you need to release, it's like you need to like get away. Whatever has been blocking you, you need to just you need to free yourself. It's what I feel. There's a situation here where you are completely depending on somebody else, like you feel that you can't do it alone, and it's time to be free. And or you know what, like I get the image here, because you're getting the Chariot card, which is your card in the Major Arcana. I feel like you need to set yourself on a correct path. Like you need to really realign yourself, okay? Because that Nine of Pentacles, it's really like I feel like you are not even being yourself right now. You're totally very down on your level of confidence and self-love and self-appreciation. And when it comes to your finances, you're completely out of control. You're not being able to manifest. You get money and then money comes out. Let's see for Scorpio. Scorpio, You need to release control. You need to relinquish control, you know, wanting to be at the top of every single thing, on top of every single thing, okay? I feel like, Scorpio, you also need to set some very clear boundaries, okay? But definitely, I feel like you need to set yourself free in order to start this new path, this new beginning that you have here with the Fool. Now, it could very well be you're dealing with an Aries that you need to walk away from, a boss, a father figure, somebody that has been trying to keep you in a box, okay? Now, Pisces, what do you need to release with this full moon? The Page of Swords, and somebody else had this Aquarius. Okay, so I feel like you need to release wanting to know everything about everybody, okay? You need to release this defenses that you've put up, okay? And I understand why you could be feeling this sense of feeling guarded, okay? Because you're coming out in reverse, okay? Something is becoming very clear. There's going to be something that comes out in the open. Somebody could have been just caught up in illusions, okay? And I really feel for Pisces, like you need to break some sort of pattern here very strongly for Pisces. And I feel like that's why this Page of Swords comes out. You need to cut something out that you've been repeating, okay? Now, let's clarify for everyone, okay? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, let's clarify. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Okay. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cancer, you get the Page of Pentacles. So you're definitely needing to change your mindset about money, okay? You've been too dependent on someone. You need to create this for yourself. It could be that you need another job, okay? You need to create another opportunity. And what you need to release is like you need to release this yourself from this codependency, okay? Remove these obstacles that, you know, whatever things have been keeping you down. I feel it has a lot to do with the way that your outlook on finances, okay? But you have new opportunities that are coming in, but you need to change your mindset. Now, very quickly, 7 of Wands for Scorpio. So yeah, you need to also defend your energy, which is Leo energy as well. Defend your ideas, defend your sense of freedom. Don't let anybody come in and try to control you. And for Pisces, you get the High Priestess. Okay, you need to follow your intuition. Your intuition has been blocked, and you are a highly spiritual sign. So you need to definitely cut something out of your life that has been creating this blockage. And, you know, go back to school, get informed, read some books about the way that you are feeling, you know. And your oracle is going to be, the moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. So this could be it. You need to realign yourself with your heart once again to see the way forward. It would open up for you, but you need to be meeting the universe halfway, okay? And I love you guys. I send you fearless light and love. Thank you so much for watching, sharing, liking. I love you, and I will see you very soon. Take it easy through this full moon, okay? And Mars will be going direct right the next day. So you're going to feel a shift in energy for sure. Okay, love you guys so much. Mwah.